Oh, hang on. There we go. This way they get a little behind the scenes action. I like to make sure you're ready as well. I don't want to have to spit on it or force it in.
We neither of us has to be ready. Just
That's
somebody
fair.
has to be ready. The audience counts as somebody. So if they're ready for a show, we don't need to be
Well,
prepared.
technically, the show doesn't start according to the time frame for another 9 minutes. So,
Yes, we got a little padding to kill.
yeah, see, we do our post-show, pre-show.
That's right.
Yeah, because we're awesome like that.
Yeah, we're going to talk about analytics next.
I'm Monkey. He's Jack. This is Monkey in the Morning. Say hi, Jack.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys. Hope you're well. Look, I want to do this before we go on. I have several donations since the last time we were here.
Yeah, I got a couple of those as well.
All right, let me do mine. Then you'll do yours. Molly, thank you so much. As my birthday was Christmas Eve. That's a horrible day for a birthday. Your parents should have humped a couple of days sooner. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you got robbed on presents.
Thank you for featuring my one-eyed kitty Clover on your stream earlier this year. She passed away on September 22nd at the age of 17. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Aww. I miss her dearly, but she was loved and went peacefully. You have a Merry Christmas. I hope you did too. N47, thank you so much. He says Merry Christmas. Very generous. Thank you, Ben. Also very generous. I know it's been a minute, but Merry Christmas to you as well. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Union Jack, I'm sorry, that is Unique Jack. Thank you so much. Can my son get a famous birthday song? He turns 4 today, the 28th. His name is John. John, a couple of days late, but this is for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday,
dear John.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, John. I hope you had a good one. I really do. Also, Unique Jackalope, Howdy Monk wanted to share that I had to unfortunately put down my cat I've had for 13 years. Oh, that sucks. He had a cancerous tumor in the side of his head, and it started pushing on his throat. He is with his brother now. Think Laurel and Hardy with those two. May he rest in peace. Indeed. Also, another one from Unique Jackalope. My cat's name was Rafiki, and his brother, who passed away from cancer 3 years ago, was named Simba. May they feast in the halls of Valhalla. Hell yeah. And Shio, thank you.
Right.
If you haven't gone to the bathroom yet this year, why are you holding on to last year's shit? Let it go. That's fair enough.
Let it go. Let it go.
Thank you, Darth Mondo, for becoming a member for month number 25. Yay, you're not dead yet. My wife is happy you did not stream on our 16th anniversary last night. I just like that you guys were thinking about me on your anniversary. Dark Resurrect, thank you for becoming a member for month number 19. Howdy, Monkey Jack. My New Year's resolution is to be worse. Being better hasn't worked. Hey, work within your strengths. That's what I say.
Right? You do you, Dark.
Molly, it was your birthday. This one's for you. And a 1 and a 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Molly.
Dear Molly.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Molly. Hope you had a good one. Okay, Jack, your turn to do cleanup.
All right. Thank you, N47, for the very generous donation 9 days ago. This is Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, too. Hope you had a good one. I didn't do anything. I did have Chinese, though. Thank you, Zen Wild. No need to read. Thank you very much for that. It's very, very kind of you. I'm not going to read the rest of that. But thank you, Ben. I know it's been a rough year, but Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Ben. Hope you had a good Christmas. And thank you for that. Very generous. You guys are awesome. And I spent all your money already because I'm poor. So I need more.
All right. And look, guys, the show is just, we're still early to the show. Oh, yeah. Sure. Don't read my offline message. Thank you. Kamala's vaginal HPV tumor. That is very, very generous. Did I miss one? I'm so sorry. I didn't see one.
You missed it a few days or a few episodes back, but you got it on the next one, I think. Like at the beginning of the show.
Oh, yeah. The one that said,
I know you read it. Yeah.
I did read that. It was just the day after.
Yeah, it was the next show.
But thank you.
Sometimes we miss them.
All right.
We always try and get them though.
Show cleanup is done, and we just with so much time off, there was a lot of it. So let's get into today's show, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, Jack. Look, there's lots to talk about. Zoran Momkami just got inaugurated, and good luck, New York. Y'all are
You're gonna need it.
Y'all are fucked. But the big story that's going around, and the one that we're of course going to talk about, is the Somalian stuff. And I wish I could be surprised by this. So the story breaks. Nick Shirley does his video on social media where he goes to the different daycare centers, the different healthcare centers. Did he hit a third kind of business, or was it just those two?
I think it was mostly those two.
Those two. These Somalian businesses out there in Minneapolis, and it's impossible to say that there's actually any employment or business there. I mean, the one daycare center is the Leering Center. And everybody's saying that might be that's a typo, and I don't think it is. Because this is
no, I think they teach people to leer at women.
No, at kids.
Oh, well, that's a possibility too. They are Muslims. So
it's Muslims and Democrats working together to hold kids and leer at them. I think that the name was on purpose.
I think this is a front for human trafficking of those missing border children.
You think?
Yeah.
A discount P. Diddy?
We'll get to this is Pete Dummy.
Yeah. Why do all Somalians have that face? Look,
I don't know. It's something in the gene pool, man. Most of them have that like derpy look.
All black people don't look alike. All Somalians do.
Yeah, a lot of that comes from. Oh dear God! Thank you, Kamala's vaginal HPV tumor, for that very generous donation. Happy New Year to you too. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Hope your HPV tumor clears up, Kamala. But thank you so much for that. That's really generous.
Now, what bothered me about this story when I first saw it, Jack, was how many stories that I read that told me that this kind of fraud and abuse has been known about in Minnesota for a decade.
Yeah. Like
every goddamn story said this has been known for a decade. This has been known for a decade, but nobody was talking about it in the media.
No, it made some local news, and then there was supposedly an investigation, and then it just sort of vanished. I think they were like, oh, well, it's getting investigated. It never followed up on it. So it's just one of those local things that they didn't really think too much about. Like the local media didn't think it was a big deal. They thought it was a handful of scammers and the cops will sort it out. Nope.
Oh, thank you, Albatross, who says, why the guy in the cap and glasses look like he's AI? No, he's AU. He's artificial unintelligence. This guy's a retard. We'll get to him in just a second. But we're going to come back to the media angle in a minute, Jack, because this, you know me, that's where my big focus is. Yes, politicians suck. Yes, the Justice Department isn't really nobody's going to do anything about you. You agree with me on that, right? Nobody's going to jail for real on this. They've arrested like 80 people for fraud out there in Minnesota in this, but if you pay attention to all of those stories, almost all of them are like, oh, they ripped off COVID loans. None of it's the overall or the other kinds of loans, the Medicare loans, these specific loans for daycares in the state, that kind of shit. Yeah. Nobody's going to jail for that shit. It's all for the PPP loans.
Yeah, people are going to go to jail for petty shit like the PPP loans that are going to do maybe 2 years tops and then maybe get deported. What they're not going to do is arrest anybody for the fraud, because like the in-depth hardcore fraud. And you know why? Because it will lead back to politicians
Now,
and higher ups in the community. And that can't happen because politicians are protected nobility class.
I hate to correct you, Jack, but the reason it's not going to happen is there's simply not going to be evidence. There's no evidence, and I'm going to prove it right now.
Unfortunately, we saw that there was important documentation, enrollment of the children, and also employee documentation that was gone. There were also checkbooks that were ripped from our check papers that were ripped from our book.
I like how you had to look down for the word checkbook.
This is a guy who runs one of these centers. I forget which one it is. And he's claiming there was a break-in, you see. There was a break-in, and they stole student records, employment records, and they ripped some pages out of the checkbook.
You know, common stuff people steal when they break in places. Paperwork. You know, files are exciting things at a daycare facility.
They left computers, but they took the enrollment forms.
Oh, the only computer at this place runs Windows Vista. Are you kidding me? Look at this place. I don't think they even know how to turn it on. It probably doesn't even have a power cord. This dude is a complete fucking retard. This is not only one of the most blatant scams in history, it's one of the worst attempts at a cover-up. This has Wile E. Coyote's super genius written all over it.
But they know they'll get away with it. That's the problem here.
Of course
he comes out and says this, and now nobody can challenge it, even though the police have apparently investigated and said nothing was stolen from this place. Do you have the full news clip of this where the lady is talking? I don't know. This is just the clip that I had shared on Twitter earlier.
There's a segment where the news is interviewing this lady in a hijab or burqa or whatever their yub nonsense is in Islam. And if you look at the hole in the background, the sheetrock has clearly been pulled in. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? The debris is clearly pulled inward. Like, anybody that's done even a hint of construction knows what this looks like. It was not broken in from outside. There was damage done outside, sure. And they did some like hysterical phony attempts at breaking in the so-called Dollar General next door, which is somebody ran a saw blade over it. But it was obviously the sheetrock was busted from the inside, and the hole is barely big enough for some scrawny motherfucker to get through.
Oh,
there's absolutely no way this story is believable.
Thank you, Kamala's HPV tumor. This guy looks like Black Napoleon Dynamite. Look at Somalis. They all do.
Napoleon Dynamite is 1,000 times smarter than this dipshit. But yeah,
but that look, especially the lips and teeth.
Real quick.
Albatross asks, why is the government / Walls so desperate to protect Somalis? You have to understand this. We'll talk about that in a second. You had something there, Jack?
I got two here. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Happy New Year, people. Just had to race over an hour across town to check on my brother's dog. He thought the dog got into chemicals again. What do you mean again? Turns out it was the dog's own medication he ate, so that's good. Well, the dog's taking his own meds. That's frighteningly good.
That's a smart breed right there.
That's a Shaggy DA situation right there. That dog's a human with a curse on it. Thank you, Okie Native. Bad news, Jack. That totally legit charity you and I are running out of the storage unit in OKC was broken into the other day after the news crews came around asking how we spent the money. They cut into the wall and the documents were stored there are gone. Oh no, Okie. Oh well. I guess we'll have to move on to other ventures. Good thing we invested in all those Florida real estate deals.
Frosted Glass, thank you. The thief was a Puerto Rican man. Yes, some Puerto Rican guy did it. That bastard still hasn't been caught.
Oh, man. The Puerto Rican guy is a very crafty criminal, dude.
There are several things going on with the Somali thing, and especially why people like Walls and government are protecting.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what kicked all of this off. Because, again, these investigations go back a decade. They were starting to lock people up in 2018. Not many, just one or two here and there, so they can claim, yeah, look, we did something. There are even stories like, actually, some of the prosecutions were happening under Biden. You can't say this is a Democrat thing. Yes, it is. So
it's absolutely a Democrat thing.
Trump comes out and he's like, okay, we're sending Somalis back because they're here as refugees. They're not permanent citizens, but they bring all of these Somalis over here as refugees because refugees have an easier time of becoming citizens than, say, like their illegal aliens do. They bring in all of the illegals. There's a bunch more hoops they got to jump through to try to get them to be naturalized.
Yeah.
Where when you bring them over as refugees, there are plans in place to actually help get them naturalized, a la Ilhan Omar. And they want to keep doing that. And there's a ton of them, I guarantee you, getting money from this. All of this money is not going back to Somalia. I promise you. Actual Justice Warrior, Sean, how are you? They didn't just misspell learning at the Learning Center. The street name on the door was spelled wrong, and children was misspelled on their website.
Yeah, it's hilarious how bad these guys are at this. Look, they tried to. Some guy was out by their parking lot filming them. They spent like 4 hours out there trying to get the stickers off to change the address because they had the individual letters up there.
Yeah,
and they couldn't get them off. I'm like, nobody has a scraper. Seriously, like nobody. How do you? They're like 99 cents. There's a Dollar General next door. Just go get the dollar. Go to the Dollar General and get the scraper and scrape the sticker. Are you fucking kidding me? That's how you got caught, you dum-dums.
Massive kickbacks to anyone in government who could help them. You know, since Sean's here, I actually want to bring this up because a lot of people have been making hay over the fact that Ilhan Omar has become a very, very wealthy woman very quickly. And Sean rightfully points out that if you look at they always start with the starting date that Ilhan Omar made. I think it was worth 47,000 or something like that back in 2019. And now she's worth 30 million. Well, in 2020, that's when she married the guy that she broke up his marriage.
Yeah. The home wrecker.
Let me explain to you how kickbacks can work in politics. Ilhan Omar can't just take campaign contributions and spend them on herself. What she can do is take campaign contributions from people like this guy, give them to her husband's consulting firm. That's now his money. They can come back home to her.
Yeah.
And that is a legal thing in our system for some goddamn reason.
Yeah, totally not nepotism. We hired them. A lot of politicians do this shit.
Alan, thank you so much. He says, Happy New Year's, guys. Happy New Year's. Well, two of the ones who got caught doing it excessively were Ilhan and AOC. AOC was sending tons of money to her little boyfriend from her campaign, for consulting. No, I don't mean her brother. I mean her newest husband. I forget his name. Tim something. Oh, fuck. I can see his face. I don't care. But yeah, this is how you do kickbacks. He was worth 30 million in 2020 from finances way back when, if you track market growth, the 40 plus market makes sense. My problem with it, Sean, did you read the New York Post article about it? Like with his winery that's actually been shut down, but for some reason just became worth a shit ton of money in 2023. His partner was like suing them over it. There's a whole bunch of weird shit going on with that guy's finances. But yeah, she funneled $2 million to him in 2020, the year they got married. And then at the end of the year, she's like, I'm going to stop doing that in case people think it looks bad. After she'd been called out on it for 2 election cycles. Anyway, as always, my interest in this story, Jack, is with the media, because the media, whether we like it or not, they shape almost everything. The fact that this story blew up like it did is amazing to me. And if you go and go back to when it's first blowing up, you will see that the major news sites did not cover it.
Oh no,
When
they
I first-
ignored it until
I went to CNN and they had one little article about this. And then the second article, and I'm not making this up, was who is Nick Shirley? And yeah, we're gonna watch their video on this.
Yep.
Did you see the video of the reporter with him?
Yeah. Did you see the video of the reporter calling the Somalis, be like, "Are you committing fraud?" And they're like, "No." And she's like, "Oh, okay, totally legit."
Sean says, more interesting is Omar created Feeding Our Future program, knew the people who stole the money, and did events at the restaurant promoting it. Don't forget, she also was instrumental in passing the law that allowed for this. The the Meals Act. Because she just had to come out the other day and
she
go,
set
no,
it up.
I'm still proud of it. I swear. Go ahead, Jack. I think we picked up our lag.
Yeah, no, that's my fault this time. Yeah, she set it up, and then it was photographed at that, what is it, Safari or something like that it's called.
I forget the
But
name.
she set up the act, and then basically seems to have helped them acquire the cash.
No,
I know, it's crazy. And there's I'm trying to find the article, but I saw it earlier, or a video of one of the ringleader types of this nonsense. He's pictured, I think it's at the mayor's congratulations thing where he won election.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, that tracks.
That's what I mean. She created the program with the Meals Act that was feeding our. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Meals Act. Yeah, that's what it's called. Sorry, we're dumb.
This is CNN, and well, this had to be done because the media dropped the ball so hard on this. There's no way they can be like they were with Biden and be like, no, they lied to us about it. Especially when all of their early stuff is like, these investigations have been going on for a decade. Why were none of you fuckers talking about this during the election? How come Tim Walz, you know this has been going on for, by your guys' count, 9 years at this point. He was not asked one question about this in the debate. Not one. Not one question about all the fucking fraud going on in Minneapolis.
Why would they want to do that?
So they have a different tact.
What are you getting at?
Instead
fraud here.
About the story itself, we need to go after the guy who broke it on social media. I'm not making this up, MAGA journalist. That's what they've called him, the MAGA journalist.
Yeah. Is it because he's Mormon? Because I feel like that's why they're calling him that.
No, because they need to give some kind of slander into the kind of people who watch CNN. MAGA is slander. That's an insult over there. Like, you're MAGA. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you see Abby Phillips have to come out and admit that Trump broke ties with Epstein back in 2003?
Yeah. Oh, you could tell she didn't want to read that too. She looks so pissed.
We'll watch that one later. Let's watch how they're covering this. Come on, CNN. Wow me.
Says it is now withholding all federal child care funding to the entire state. The agency says the state receives $185 million for 19,000 children, and now that money will be gone. And the agency.
No, that money's still there. It's just not going out there to Minnesota for fraud anymore. When you uncover this amount of fraud, the right thing to do is to turn off the spigot. I'm not saying that there's nobody who needs this money, Jack. People can argue about what money should be spent on. I'm really not that against helping people with childcare if it helps them get a leg up as they get better jobs and stuff. You know what I mean?
I say suck it up, bitches.
But that's not what's happening here. So you turn off the spigot and you plug up all the holes before you turn it back on. That's just smart.
Look, the word smart. I mean, are you really wanting to throw that word around here?
It's just funny that they are tying themselves in knots because the current hubbub about Somalians all happens because Trump says we're going to send them back. We're sending back the illegals who are still here and shouldn't be. We're sending, and they're like, oh my God, but the Somalis are the most American of Americans, as they give their speeches.
Yeah, I lived around Somalis. That's not accurate at all.
They had to come out and defend Somalis, and then this breaks, and it's clear as day to anybody paying attention. Okay?
Yeah.
The Learning Center was misspelled, for fuck's sake. I don't think there can be a more appropriate characterization of this than just pointing out that the Learning Center was misspelled. They misspelled the word learning. Again, unless they were leering at children, which I'm not totally saying didn't happen.
I'm not saying it happened, but I'm not saying it either.
I'm not saying it. So anyway, this puts them on the defensive. They still have to defend the Somalis, and there's actually a great moment coming up in this clip we're going to watch. Help should be job placement or completely natural food, not handouts. I mean, people can argue about what it needs to be, and I believe people can do that in good faith. I think we can all agree we shouldn't be paying it to a bunch of people who are not actually watching children, to watch children.
Yeah. Also, it should be going to people that are brought over here under questionable circumstances. We can't save the world, okay? Stop bringing in all these refugees from completely alien cultures and expecting them to do anything other than parasitically leech off of us. They don't speak the language. They don't want to, and they want free shit.
Can you believe that the people we brought over from Somalia, which was actually an anarchical state at the time, that they turned out to be a bunch of fraudsters?
I'm shocked. People from a culture with no morals or scruples and a religion that is totally antithetical to 99% of the Western civilization would want to not assimilate and scam us. I'm shocked, monkey. My shock bag is empty from that thought alone.
Yeah. The Minnesota flag, they changed it to look like the Somali flag, but don't worry, that was totally just coincidental. But anyway,
he did not specify any alternate plans for families who will be affected. DHS and the FBI said they were.
The family. I love that this is where CNN goes. There's no plan in place for the families that will be. You mean the ones who aren't taking their kids to these daycares as it is? For the record, in the investigations that are going on out there in Minnesota, they were doing sting operations watching these things. We're not talking about Nick right now. We're talking about the police out there in Minnesota watching these daycare centers and noticing that for weeks, no kids were showing up.
Yeah.
Like none. But hey, they're going to be affected. Fuck right off.
Surging.
You know what? If you guys would go after this corruption all the time, this would have been taken care of already. If politicians were forced to have dealt with this already, then we wouldn't have to be turning off the money for the people who need it.
They're doing their best to not only pander because these are immigrants and people of color, but they're also potential future voters. And it's the same problem we're having in Dearborn and a dozen other cities.
Yep.
I saw a lot of this shit when I was living in Columbus, man. The Somalis were treated like kings, and a lot of their crime was overlooked.
There's a lot of stuff coming out of Ohio right now about this same shit.
Yeah, it's not surprising either because we saw a lot of this. Look, a lot of it is happening down in Lower Westerville, south of Morse Road by Dominican University. I know where this is. And also probably you're going to hear about Bethel Road a lot because there's a ton of Somalis over there too, or at least there used to be a couple years back when I lived there, because the crime rate at the shopping plaza where my favorite half-price books was skyrocketed as soon as they moved the Somalis into the low-income housing there. It was obscene. Because there's a movie theater there. There's a cheap theater, which used to be a really fun place to go. But they'd wait till you went inside, and then they'd burglarize your car.
Thank you, Gigi Evans. Wait, there's a vape shop next to the child daycare center in that clip.
Well, there's no children, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's no kids.
Yeah, it's probably got connected with an archway, not even a door. So the guy's like, oh, yes, I also do childcare.
Sources to Minnesota to investigate what they called suspected fraud sites. This all comes in response to a viral video posted by a MAGA content creator.
Posted by a MAGA content creator.
I'm sorry, that sounded like she said content.
Yeah, well, she probably did to be a bitch, but look, I don't know Nick. I've seen him around now and then, but I don't follow him. But let's say, just for argument's sake, let's say he's a MAGA content creator. So
Yeah,
it has nothing to do with this story.
No, but they can make him sound like he's biased and he's unscrupulous. And I've been seeing a lot of videos popping up and people going, he's not even a trained journalist. Well, have you seen the trained journalists? They're pretty stupid and useless. So
yeah, they really
no offense,
are.
Dangerous. Not counting you in that one.
The trained journalists are people like Abby Phillips, who just had to do her, oh yeah, this thing that everybody's known forever is true.
Yeah.
The trained journalists are Jake Tapper, who had to write a book going, I didn't know that the guy who got lost on his lawn had dementia. They told me he didn't.
We were shocked by this. We're shocked, I tell you. It was so well hidden.
Completely
so well hidden.
We didn't know
like
how to
half
take it.
Fatness.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me grab a couple here. Thank you, Frosted Glass. If I were Trump, I'd tweet out that we did have plans for how to get money to the Minnesotans who need it, but someone broke in last night and stole them. Yeah.
I'm sorry. That is my favorite thing I've seen probably all year. And I don't mean just today. I mean literally over the last 365 days. That man getting up there in front of a camera and telling us that the children's register, all of the names of the students there had been stolen.
Yeah, like, I mean, the thought obviously didn't even cross their minds. Like, they're like, this is a cunning ruse.
Yeah.
It's like Baldrick's plans in Blackadder. You know, I have a very cunning plan. No, you have a stupid plan from your stupid brain that makes Charlie Day look like a fucking genius.
Yes.
Oh, come on, dude. Who you didn't even like make it look like a real robbery. There wasn't any money stolen. Nobody trashed the place. They didn't steal like a box full of stuff. They stole specific things that would incriminate you. How
isn't it
very
amazing?
Convenient.
It's amazing that the only stuff that was stolen was stuff that would be necessary to prove fraud.
Yeah. Well, none of that stuff probably existed anyway.
No.
So,
real quick, let me get this. Yeah. Connect. Thank you. Waltz isn't going to jail, sadly. No. If anybody goes to jail for this, it'll be one or two people running the centers, and I'm using running with giant air quotes.
Yeah, low-level, entry-level middlemen.
Few sacrificial lambs.
Yeah.
And Gigi, thank you again. His mom is a local journalist that has been covering this for the past 3 years, from what I've seen. He just put it up on YouTube. Well, he went out with an activist, that old white guy that was with him has been covering this and following it for a while. I didn't know about his mom. Did you have a donation there, Jack?
Yeah. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Are there even future voters? Or are they really current voters? Probably both. Because can't a registered voter just say 10 of his friends could vote and they're just accepted? No, they can only do 8.
Again, this is why you want refugees rather than illegals, because it's so much easier to get them to be actual voters.
A lot of these people are probably naturalized citizens.
Yep.
And that made it easier to fast track a lot of these problems. They could be denaturalized for this, but
Yep.
it would take a lot of political balls, and I don't think Pam Bondi's got it in her to even push for that because she doesn't seem to want to do her job to begin with.
With all of the denaturalization stuff, I mean that it is a rough road to go down anyhow.
Yeah.
I say fuck it, just throw them in jail and be done with it.
Yeah, I have no problem with that, but I would like to ship a lot of the refugees back to wherever they came from because I'm getting kind of tired of all our tax money going toward this nonsense. Not only are they freeloading off of us by just being here and not working, but then they pull these scams. No, fuck that. Our generosity has limits. Start sending all these people home.
How is it we got a shit ton of Somali refugees and no real amount of Ukrainian ones?
Yeah, because Somalis were easier to or more inclined to come here because they knew they'd get a bunch of free shit.
Yep.
And the government knew that they would basically have a permanent voting base that would vote for more free shit because they like spending money and they like getting kickbacks and people like getting free stuff. But you'll notice that like in the 70s when the Vietnamese came over, they didn't do this shit. They went out and got jobs. They created jobs. They assimilated. They're like, hey, we're not in our shithole country anymore that's torn by civil war. Hey, let's become Americans. Fuck yeah. We didn't have that problem. We didn't have that problem with the Koreans. Even a lot of the Chinese that came here assimilated. What the fuck are you guys doing bringing in people from a totally antithetical mindset that has no interest in assimilation? These people are parasites.
All right, back to our MAGA online create. Fuck off.
Yeah, you know what? I say we trade the Somalians for some Nigerians because Nigerians tend to assimilate a lot better.
Yeah, but then you're going to get emails about, princes and stuff. How about just none of them?
That doesn't steal my tax money.
Oh, no, there would be a Save the Nigerian Prince fund created by Congress, I promise you.
No, we have no King's protests, sir.
All right, back to these idiots.
He claims that he uncovered widespread fraud by Somali-run child care centers in the state. CNN is looking into those claims and has not independently verified the accusations.
Okay, I just want to point out a couple of things. One, CNN's own article on this, when they first did decide to talk about it, mentions how many or how long these investigations have been going on by actual police groups. And they go, we haven't independently verified it. Sure. Cybertaz, thank you so much for becoming a member for month number 3. Says Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, sir.
Happy New Year, Cybertaz.
And 2, 80 people have already been indicted or jailed for this stuff. And CNN's like, we can't independently verify. Why is the guy, the MAGA online creator, deeper knowledgeable about this than CNN? With the trained journalists.
He did his research and they didn't.
But they have the trained journalists there.
No, they have partisan hacks. Whether they were trained as journalists or not is irrelevant at this point. They're wearing their political hats.
They're reverting to something that they had stopped doing since about 2017, where they're going after the people reporting stuff because they're not real journalists like we are.
Well, if you'd stop noticing things, they wouldn't have to do that.
That's
and for
true.
A long time, people weren't noticing things, so everything was kosher.
But the Deputy Secretary of Health and Human Services is taking the allegations at face value. Take a listen.
All right.
Intrepid journalists have made shocking and credible allegations of extensive fraud in Minnesota's child care programs. We believe the state of Minnesota has allowed scammers and fake daycares to siphon millions of taxpayer dollars over the past decade.
For the record, she just said that the undersecretary of DHS or whatever it was he said, or HHS, is buying into it fully. Once again, all of the reporting on this says this has been going on for a decade. We've got over 80 people who've been indicted for this shit. He went there and gave proof of, or at least enough proof to spur an investigation.
Yeah. Yeah. These aren't new allegations. They're old that have just been ignored by anybody outside of the city.
The Leering Center, for fuck's sake. I mean, is that proof of massive fraud? No, but it's a good indication that there might be some fraud, and maybe we should look into it.
I don't know. It's right down the street from a place I fully trust, the Prowling Plantation.
Yes.
They have a great reputation. I learned a lot of sneaky techniques from them. So, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know how you couldn't trust the Leering Center. It's a quality Leering Center. It's right in the name.
And yes, they did if it was Leering, they misspelled it too. That is correct.
Well, I mean, look, they're not winning any prizes for grammar here. Come on.
Peter says 9 billion from what I've heard. It's up to 9 billion because they're saying right now that up to half of the money is fraudulent out of the 18 billion. So that gives us the 9 billion. Nobody knows exactly how much.
Well, that's how widespread this is. But remember, Minnesota was a surplus before Tim Walz took over, and then it tanked into a deficit. So they're pissing money away left and right out that way.
Thank you, Gigi Evans. Again, CNN doesn't have trained journalists. They have trained dogs. Just look at that mutt in red at the beginning of the clip. Well, they're trained sheep, if we want to be honest about it. They just do what they're told and bah along like they're told to.
Starting today, we require a justification, receipt, or photo evidence before we make a payment.
Now, we just need proof before we pay you. There's I don't understand why that is in any way controversial.
Proof? Oh my God, you racist. You hate immigrants. Look, that's the face she's starting with right here.
Yeah. I mean, from the outset of this, I mean, she's looked bitchy the whole time. I can't believe I have to report on this shitty little YouTuber who made news when we're supposed to be the ones doing that. Don't forget, this is CNN where Chris Cuomo used to work, the man who told us that the press has special powers to see stuff you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
That's what they believe at CNN. Which, by the way, totally not true. There's literally no law that says the press gets to see shit that the regular people can't.
Well, they also think that you have to have some sort of accreditation to be a journalist in this country. That a lot of people are under the impression that you have to have some sort of accreditation,
which you
don't. No, the whole idea is that a lot of the founding fathers were citizen journalists. And
yes, they were.
They were mostly doing what we would call subversive literature at the time.
Yep.
Just old Tommy Paine there had to protect his identity or he was going to get killed by the king.
At Cybertaz, thank you again. That's very generous. Because the left in the news media in industrial complex are like, excuse the reference, the three monkeys who see no evil, speak no evil, and hear no evil in regards to their own. Have to Jack. Thank you so much, my friend. Yeah,
Thank
I mean,
you, Cybertest.
It all comes down to the team sports stuff, and legacy media is on the left. They just are. That's their team. They're going to pull for them. All right, back to Crazy Bitch here.
However, the so-called evidence comes from a man who has posted anti-Muslim and anti-immigrant content in the past.
Okay.
I like him already. I mean, don't need to sell him to me.
Look, I don't know about his past. I really don't. But let's, for argument's sake, say every other thing he's ever posted says fuck Muslims, fuck immigrants. How does that change that video at all?
Because he's a nasty racist bigot.
Still, even if he was, broken clock syndrome still applies.
Hate fact?
Yeah.
No, because bigots can't be right, monkey.
You can hate immigrants and point out immigrants doing bad shit. It doesn't mean they didn't do bad shit. It just means you're a xenophobe and they did bad shit.
You hear that? You hear that noise? That's the sound of 1,000 lefties crying out in pain right now.
I just love this. He posted some anti-immigrant shit. So that doesn't have anything. Notice she didn't play the video.
Well,
How about playing his clip at the beginning of this and showing your audience what they're talking about so that they have some kind of context going into your nonsense about he posted anti-Muslims. For the record, I'm totally anti-Muslim. I don't want there to be any ambiguity in case we ever blow up sometime, Jack. And we don't know. I'm not a pussy like Nick Fuentes. I'll tell you what I actually believe. I am against Islam. It is fucked and does not belong in Western society.
No, it's a backward mentality for barbarians.
Hey, they're free to practice it in our country within, the guidelines of our country. But it is objectively bad.
Yeah. Sharia law is totally antithetical to American values.
CNN's Whitney Wild.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me grab a thing here. Thank you, Unit. It says, damn you, MAGA influencer. I mean, yeah, whatever. I wish we'd make way more money if we were MAGA influencers.
Yeah, we've got to pick a team so we can siphon money off the team.
Yeah, because that blind loyalship seems to really pay well. Also, I hear that Israel pays well. But people are always accusing you of being a Jew, and yet
apparently, since I'm only a part-time Jew, I don't get the check.
Well, you keep going back and forth, so they don't write the check if you're not a Jew on payday.
Yeah.
So stop being a non-Jew on the second Friday of every fortnight, I should say. Thank you, Atheist Icon. Hey, long time no see, man. How you doing? Happy New Year. Spending up near you guys with some family. How do you guys deal with all the fake accounts falling from the skies? That Lake effect off Erie is something else. Yeah, Lake Erie fucking sucks. Oh, sorry, all the fake cocaine falling from the skies. I read that. Yeah, we call that snow, and it is it's the devil's butthole farting. It's sort of like if the devil had queefs, and that's the jizz that comes out.
That's really gross.
You're welcome for that imagery. Yeah, I grossed myself out on that one, but I was too far committed to stop. Yeah, if you're anywhere near the lake, it's going to be pretty shitty. I mean, you live in Michigan, dude. You know what I'm saying.
Oh, I do. It's been nasty up there.
You're surrounded by lakes. The whole state is lake effect.
They had to close down the highway right near me the other day because of all the fucking ice.
I'm not surprised. We got hit pretty hard the other day, and I finally went out and shoveled the walk, and my neighbor just kind of looked at me all judgmental, like, "Hey, dickhead, where have you been for 2 days?" I was like, wearing pajama pants and not going outside.
Yep.
So all right, it's fucking nasty. The best thing you could do is what people in Youngstown recommended to me when me and my buddy were up there, and my buddy said, "What do you guys do for fun around here?" And he said, "Leave."
There you go.
So yeah, get out as soon as you can. Once you're trapped here, if you move to Ohio, you're gonna never leave.
All right, back to our chickie poo here. She's going to introduce the lady who goes out to interview Nick. I love that they go to interview Nick instead of going to talk to. They do eventually go talk to the daycare centers, which is a great moment there. Yeah. But they're like, we need to get to the bottom of this guy, not the story. This guy. I want to remind you that CNN has an article on their site about him and did this story.
Speaks to the man behind that video and takes a look at his claims.
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you? This is MAGA YouTuber Nick.
Again with the MAGA YouTuber.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna label him either way.
They've already said it, but they have to give it to us. This is MAGA. She just told us what this segment was going to be about, and she's laying it out again. This is the MAGA YouTuber who caused the problems, you guys.
Dude, have you met CNN viewers? They have the attention span of gophers.
The thing is, it's not just CNN. All of them are doing this. CNN is just the one who decided to do this.
They are so petty and jealous because
so
they weren't
stupid.
covering this until his video crossed 70 million. That was when they started, oh, well, we should pay attention to this because this kid's getting better ratings than we are.
Yeah. Fuck,
Oh,
we get better ratings than they do.
Fuck you, Brad Stelter. Suck it. Monkey of the Morning's awesome. Thank you, Travis Gardner. You are not a trained journalist. Don't ask questions. You're not a scientist. Don't ask questions. You're not a doctor. Don't ask questions. Get back to the dirt farm, surf. Make the taxes for us to waste. Yeah, nailed it, dude. That's pretty much it. You're not us. You're not part of the chosen elite. So shush. Return to your workstation.
What's wrong with wanting America to be great again? Well, Moon, if you remember back in 2016, Hillary tried attacking Make America Great by going, America's still great. Here's all the shit we need to fix to make it better. They just, it's just a slur to them. They don't care what it actually means.
Yeah, and on top of that, a lot of these people really do hate America. So that they have a visceral hatred. Like Hassan, with his unfortunately defeated the Soviet Union. We are the evil empire that has ruined things for them. Whether it was like colonialism or oppression or capitalism or whatever other nonsense they bought into. They just hate this country.
Thank you, Air Doctor, for that feminist $12. Well, Monkey, you have to remember that to the left, MAGA is a slur. So they are calling him a slur to their people. Yeah, I talked about that at the top of this because, yeah, that's exactly it, 100%. I just want, since you brought up Hassan, do you remember PewDiePie getting a whole bunch of shit because he wore a North Korean outfit and they wrongly labeled it as a Nazi outfit?
Yes.
Hassan
also, I believe
dressed
his name is pronounced PewDiePie.
Hassan dressed as Mao the other fucking day, and nobody said shit.
Well, he's worn that outfit several times.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's an old school traditional Chinese costume.
That is not the kind of thing that you should be able to, if you're not allowed to wear the Nazi costume in public, you shouldn't be able to wear that one without getting massive shame.
Oh, damn right. Filthy comment.
Mao killed way more people.
Oh, yeah. Mao was probably the biggest exterminator of human life in history.
Yeah.
Like, him and Genghis Khan are bouncing back and forth between, because we don't actually know how many Mao killed, but it was at least 24 million. Probably triple that.
Yeah. All right, back to this crazy bitch.
Shirley, back at a daycare in Minnesota, he alleged was a fraudulent facility in a now viral video.
People are going to say this is a left or right issue, but no, fraud is fraud. Over here. And so I'm not out here trying to put a twist on things.
Shirley's viral video, released over the weekend, in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community, was
Why are they only paying attention to the daycares? I haven't seen anybody talking about the healthcare centers. He goes into one building that's got like 14 different health companies that you cannot access and can't get any help at them.
Yeah.
And nobody's talking about those.
That's an easier grift. So they're trying to protect that one because there's a lot more money in Medicare and Medicaid fraud.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's very rarely actually dealt with. It has to be obvious and widespread for them to actually do anything. Because we have lazy government officials that are mostly corrupt.
Did you see the video of Nick talking to that fat lady, some congresswoman, who says, do you know who's in charge of Medicaid right now? It's Donald Trump. That's who the problem is. Yeah, that he did all the fraud in Minnesota. Donald Trump trying to help out the Somalis.
Yeah, bastard. I have a couple of videos in the side chat that are relevant to this story. Which, when we're done with what you got, I'd like to get to before we jump
Sure.
topics. Thank you,
well,
Darth.
this may be our only topic for the night.
Oh yeah, whatever. Just before we wrap up,
Yeah,
then. Thank you, Darth Mando. Remember what the media admitted to before? Very much applies here. Sent me a video link. I'll share it in the chat in a second here. Come on, load.
While you're doing
there's
that,
a
Frosty
ugly
said
this woman is hideous. Why would you share this?
Mao killed more people than the Holocaust by accident with famine. Yeah, 100%. And accidents in quotes. Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's-
I would
that's
say
before-
competence.
It's before you ever get to the actual people who were just slaughtered outright.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the video of the lady saying the media's job is to control what we think.
Oh, yeah. Mia Brzezinski.
Yeah, her and
Oh, wait.
Yamadichi something I can't pronounce.
Is that the right one? Anyway, back to
Yeah,
our,
she's talking this. Oh,
Go
I
ahead.
got one more here. Oh, damn it. Sorry. Thank you, Herr Doctor, for that feminist donation. Ooh, a spicy warning, he said. MAGA's a slur to the left, right wingers. Look what they need to mimic a fraction. Look what they need to do to mimic a fraction of our power. Beep.
Sorry about that. I had to blow my nose.
Nah, you're good.
I love this story because it exposes the media so badly. Because this is the kind of thing that the media should have already broke and fixed, forced politicians into fixing. And it showed, this is why I hate the media so much. You know why your politicians get away with all the shit they get away with? Because the fourth estate, the one that are
Scumbags.
supposed to hold them accountable, don't. That's it. I mean, look at Epstein. Epstein went to jail in 2008 for molesting children, got a sweetheart deal. And at the time, he was already friends with tons of politicians and rich people all over. And the media didn't say, boo. It doesn't become an issue until almost a decade later when it gets brought up again because they think they can smear Trump. And then suddenly, oh, he was friends with Trump. We got tons of pictures with him. Let's talk about this story.
Right?
They're dirty motherfuckers. They're as bad
Well,
as
they've-
every one of these fucking streamers that we see when something bad happens. Like, yeah, we all knew that guy was a shithead. That's how our media is. They're dirty.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. How long is this video? 9 minutes. We're almost 2 minutes in.
Tweeted
Well, that's
by
pretty
Elon
good for
Musk
us.
and Vice President J.D. Vance. In the video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds.
I love he tries to open locked doors.
Most
He-
people think that doors are open at businesses during business hours. It's weird.
Yeah.
Did you come during their normal operating hours when you came to visit?
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day later in the day. The point.
Okay. I want to talk about that because their excuse for this, because remember, he just said he came at 11. They now claim that these daycare centers, normal operating hours are 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm going to say that again. They're daycare centers, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I'm not
That's
saying
their
there's
posted hours.
I'm not saying that there's not some daycare centers where they have them for night people, but all of them in Minnesota?
Well, this one that they're standing at, that's their posted hours, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's on their door because they have two doors. He tried both. The one on the back there that's behind him, that's the side entrance from the parking lot. It's posted on the door, or it was.
Well,
So, I mean, yeah, it's very rare in my experience to see a daycare center open past 5 p.m.
yeah, never. Because those people have to get home to their families too.
Yeah.
point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours. The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers. I wasn't trying to go inside, and there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't.
He just made an excellent point, because you can't even get help on their posted phone number. And instead of her going, yeah, that's a good point, she does this.
I think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a
There should be a
daycare.
reception.
Well, how the fuck do you get signed up to the daycare then?
Yeah, a lot of daycares do have locked doors, but he's 23. He's not going to know that.
Well, even with locked doors, they have somebody manning the door, and they have, like he just mentioned, a reception area.
Yeah, they usually have a reception area that's open to the public, or a door buzzer like at a jewelry store.
Thank you, Air Doctor, for another feminist $12.
Woo.
Says the odd hours don't concern me as much as the blacked out doors or blacked out windows. I don't necessarily have a problem with blacked out windows so that people can't come by and leer in at the kids.
Yeah, but that's what the place teaches.
The Lev says it so they can't look at the kids, but it prevents people from seeing kids getting touched by Abdul what does it say? Rap Molly. Thank you. No, I understand. Maybe not blacked out, but definitely you don't want people just leering in at children. I mean, it is the Leering Center, so maybe the Leering Center should have more windows so you can see in.
Are we going to start calling Somalians rape Malians?
Yes. I do understand, especially with, I mean, there have been some major cases where people have done some bad shit at daycare centers. I get it. But typically you still have some kind of reception. The inner door is locked, not necessarily the entire thing. When people pulled the license on the Learning Center, they are not allowed, or they are only allowed to be open till 6 p.m. Thank you, Tarkata. I didn't know that. I hadn't seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies with a lot of these places they're just obviously fronts.
Sure.
I mean, if they'd gotten a couple of DEA agents to investigate this, they would have uncovered all this years ago, because this is run like a shitty drug front.
But dude, again, they've known about this.
Oh yeah. But I mean, if you wanted to prosecute, you could have hired some DEA agents that do this shit all the time, because uncovering drug fraud is what they do. And that's pretty much what they're emulating here.
Can I also point out the look on this bitch's face?
Oh, she looks incredulous, like she's talking to Ted Bundy. And not in a sexy way, but in that, like, how dare you?
Yeah.
This kid is fairly smart. I've seen him on that video he did and a couple other videos of his, and he's given good answers in interviews. He's not dumb. He might be young, but he's not stupid.
CNN could easily, they didn't have to interview him at all. They could have easily been like, here's what he said, so we went and looked into it. Which, by the way,
a clip from his video.
Which, by the way, they do, which is funny as shit, and it should be coming up here shortly.
Yeah, but they wanted a gotcha here.
Yes, of course. I mean, he's a MAGA who has anti-Muslim and anti-immigrant sentiments on social media.
Look, he's practically doing a Hitler salute right here. He's pointing at this brown man.
Look, he's force choking the black guy.
Yeah, stupid MAGA force powers.
Their doors are locked.
And so, okay, you bring up a fair point. Then why can't they actually give me information?
Yeah, if you go to a school, this isn't a school, by the way.
No, there would be children in schools.
Yeah, our local high school, the door is locked, but if you go to the door, somebody can let you in. That it's not like you just have to stay there until somebody eventually wanders out.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be stupid. You have buzzers, or you have an attendant that would, or receptionist, whatever, that'll go open the door, or a security guard.
to enroll a child.
Federal law enforcement has been investigating fraud in Minnesota for several years.
I
Apparently
just
now
want to
very
point out,
competently.
she just said that after she was trying to embarrass him for suggesting there's fraud there.
Stop noticing things.
She's the one who put this video together.
Monkey, look, she just stuck a camera and a microphone in Nick Shirley's face. Do you want to be the next Nick? I don't think you do, Mr. MAGA.
I cannot tell you how much I want to be interviewed by CNN.
I would pay money to see that.
I desperately want to be interviewed by somebody at CNN.
I would laugh harder at that than I did at the Andrew Tate fight. Him going down. Thank you, Evolved Potato. The government official in charge of early education at a press conference saying the Leering Center was shut down weeks ago. But on Monday, they had a bunch of kids when they invited journalists to come see. Yep. And a lot of the places where the kids went in, they just left right away again. So they got their B-roll footage. Oh, look, children
Attorney
actually come
General.
in here. Those are your kids. Shush.
Yeah.
Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel said on social media they've indicted dozens of defendants. DHS has posted multiple videos of agents they say are conducting a massive fraud investigation. Do you think
So what Nick said is backed up by the federal government.
Yeah. And they sent a bunch more people out in response to Nick's video. So they were already had investigations open on this. And now they're sending more federal enforcement and investigation people out there. Some FBI, some HSI. So there is investigations here. There's obviously something going on because they couldn't possibly frame all of these people.
I think that federal law enforcement hasn't done enough. I mean, they would say, look, these fraud cases have been going on, but they've already done like 80 indictments. The cases have been going on.
80 indictments.
He's looking at her like, lady, what the fuck are you on about?
Again, I just want to remind you, if you pay attention, that all of the indictments and arrests and stuff that I've seen revolve around COVID money, not around general welfare money.
Yeah.
You know, for years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children, they're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly 100.
That's another thing I want to point out. The other excuse that they've used is, oh, this is during Christmas break, which, by the way, should mean more kids in there because they're not at school.
You would think so. I did see one clown with really terrifying teeth that looked vaguely like what I pictured Sticks X and Hammer's dad to look like.
Mm.
Which, if you want the video, we can watch it later. But he's like, he went there when they were closed.
Well, they're treating it like
on a
it's,
Saturday. He was implying.
they're treating it like it's a school and that they have a Christmas break where they're off for 2 or 3 weeks. No, it's a daycare center.
Monkey, let me explain something to you. Leftists and communists in the United States are childless weirdos and
Fair.
often pedophiles. So they don't know how schools work. That's a building where children, they don't know daycares. Pfft, what are you talking? They don't know anything about children except the touching part.
$110 million in fraud in one day.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true?
He made allegations that
Yeah, you have to dumb it down because these people are really dumb, dude.
Okay.
Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah.
Are you 100% sure you're true? A journalist just asked somebody that.
Yep.
A CNN trained journalist just asked somebody, are you sure you're true? This is the person questioning him about his reporting.
I think we should deport her to Somalia. We'll keep Ayaan Hirsi Ali and deport this blonde bitch. How about that?
God damn it.
I am 100% sure I'm true.
CNN is looking into Shirley's claims.
Hi, my name's Whitney Wild. I'm a correspondent for CNN.
We reached out to several of the daycares
Wait
featured
for
in
it.
the now viral video.
yeah,
Only
this is
one
the clip I
daycare
was telling you
facility
about.
answered and said they are a legitimate business.
We reached out to several. Only
Are
one of
you
them
corrupt?
answered and told us they are a legitimate business. This is literally the Jake Tapper thing. We asked
Yeah,
Biden if he was demented, and he said no.
Are you committing fraud? You have to tell me if you are. It's
Hi,
the
we're
reverse
calling.
of that. Like if you're a cop, you have to tell me.
This is like calling up a mob front. Going, are you a mob front? No, we're not. Oh, they said they weren't. I don't know what to tell you.
I heard this from one of my police friends that this is a chop shop. Is that true?
No. Well, I guess
Oh.
that means it's not. It kind of emphasizes his point, not just about going to the doors, going to the doors and not being able to get in. Let's go with her thing. Every daycare in America is locked, and there is no way in. Somehow they get kids in there. I'm not sure exactly how, but
Teleporter.
there's no way to penetrate those buildings. The phones should still work.
Should, but phones are colonialist patriarchy because they were invented by a white man, monkey. So yeah, we don't want no white fascist phones here. Alexander Graham Bell, what kind of fascist name is that?
I just love that. We got one answer, and they said they're a legitimate business. Well,
closed.
I'm convinced.
Wait, somebody on Twitter pointed this out. This wait till she goes to jails and finds out everybody there's innocent.
Yeah.
I think Dangerous said that. That's so I laughed
Gigi,
about
thank
that
you.
for like 10 minutes.
Thank you, Gigi. Did you guys see the clip where the guy dialed the number on one of the daycare signs, and the number was the voicemail of the Minnesota governor? I'm not sure I would trust that, though. All right.
I have heard that, but I haven't seen if that's actually true or just a hilarious joke because it's funny
'cause,
either way.
I mean, I watched Razor's video right before this, and he ends it with a what do they call him? A deep fake of Tim Walz going, "We're fucked. We gotta shut it all down." Great video, but not true.
The AI memes have been hilarious too.
Wonderful, yes. All right.
Have you seen the videos, purporting that some of these daycares don't have kids inside?
Minnesota Republicans.
Okay. Let's just go over what we just saw. We contacted several of them. Only one answered. They told us they're legitimate business. And then they show her, ask them on the phone, have you seen the video? And don't play the answer. And just jump to a whole new topic.
Yep. Well, that's how they roll. By the way, that is a really cool looking building.
Yeah, it's a very nice building.
Yeah,
But-
I love the domes. I like dome structures.
I don't have a high opinion of the media. I really don't. I haven't for a long time.
Yeah, but the problem is you don't have a low enough opinion of the media.
I even for me watching this, I'm like, you are so bad at your job. Why would you ask and not show your response? Well, Johnny, because then the viewer gets the idea. What's that thing called where you remember something that didn't actually happen?
Mandela effect?
The Mandela effect. Thank you. So now they'll be like, no, CNN did ask them. And I'm sure they said they had seen it. It's a very powerful tool.
Yeah, a deception always is though. It's
Yeah.
it's easy to trick people because most people aren't paying attention to this. They're sort of halfway interested, and a lot of times when the news is on, you're not really listening. And some people are just stupid sheep too, like CNN audience members.
Devil's Advocate points out that CNN got rid of their investigative journalism division. Yeah, what was that, back in 2018, I want to say?
Oh yeah.
But-
Well, I imagine they were fucking around for all of Obama's administration because they didn't really do anything then either.
Blue, I'd go back to sleep. No, they actually announced that they were shutting it down. I remember covering it on Lords of the Night. And even with that, what she is doing there is investigative journalism, or in theory. But even with them shutting it down, she is the one who edited this together. Her and an editor got together and decided to put in that clip of her asking that question with no answer from them.
Say, despite the new focus from the Trump
I
administration,
think 8-year-olds would be better at investigating than this woman.
Oh, sure.
Inside.
Minnesota Republicans say despite the new focus from the Trump administration, they have been sounding the alarm on fraud for years.
And where was CNN for years?
Busy not caring because these are Muslims, people of color, and refugees.
It was a year and 2 months ago, that the governor of this state was running for vice president, and you guys didn't ask him shit about this.
Oh, that was a little whoopsie doodle, much like Biden's dementia. It just was so well hidden, Monkey.
Yeah,
It was like the Templar treasure on Oak Island, well hidden.
That's assuming there was even somebody on the other end of the phone. Yeah, that's true. She doesn't actually show us that there's anybody on the phone with her.
No, it is CNN, so she might have been talking to one of their cameramen, like at that one riot.
He's standing up to his ankles in water while she was buried to the neck.
Yeah.
That Anderson Cooper picture will never not be funny.
Right?
All right.
We have talked about fraud. We have gotten stories. We've tried to push this forward every way that we can.
But it won't help because they have, you cannot get elected, especially in Minneapolis right now, without the Muslim majority, the Muslim vote, without the Somalis.
Yeah.
You sure as fuck ain't getting to. Tim Walz, remember, he's running for an unprecedented third term as governor there. And this may actually tank his candidacy.
I don't know. It seems pretty possible. There may be some what's that word that we weren't allowed to use for a while? Cheating. That's it.
Well, here's the thing. If the media backs off on this, Tim Walz wins easy.
Yeah.
Because he's right now protecting these people.
Oh, absolutely. He wants their votes.
Yep. When you said there was going to be a monkey show tonight, I expected something later. I'm going to try to be around 9:00 instead of overnights from now on. I'm trying to get my life in order, y'all.
The daycare where Shirley showed back up. A stream of children walk inside.
I love that they're blocking the children like this, but they're leaving the license plate mostly readable.
Yeah.
Fucking morons.
This is a fraudulent daycare. There's kids.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I read an interesting story about one of these daycares where the guy that was running it never had any kids in there, but he had a trucking fleet under a different company, and nobody knows how he was paying for the trucks. So he was probably, apparently, taking like the COVID money for the daycare and then funneling it into buying semi trucks for his trucking business.
Yeah. Devil's Advocate just pointed out supposedly this place has been shut down for weeks, but look, they got video of a kid going inside.
Yeah.
Why is the kid going in? It's shut down.
Yeah. Well, he's going in to steal some documents. It was him. He's actually little Finster baby from Bugs Bunny cartoons. Yeah.
Showed back up. A stream of children walk inside.
You're saying that this is a fraudulent daycare.
A stream of children. One kid got out of one van. But is one a stream?
Was he peeing his pants at the time?
A stream of children showed up at this daycare center that's closed.
Somebody took their kid to work with them.
You're a fucking journalist. This should have set off alarm bells in your. Wait, why is there a kid here?
Yeah, but it doesn't because they have a narrative to protect. That this is another thing that journalists do is because they hate America so much. Anything that goes that Americans don't like must be good. That they're sainted Muslims, they're holy refugees, and look, now there's children involved. So anything they do is protected, Monkey.
Can I also point out that Nick is standing in front of a sign at this daycare that says "Now Open."
Yeah, they obviously, but those are brand new signs.
Brand new sign.
It's so sad. This is seriously a very baby-brained, uneducated way of trying to cover up a scam.
Yeah,
It's something that wouldn't fool a high schooler.
There's kids being dropped off right now.
Yes, the Commissioner of Children literally said a week ago this place was closed.
Did you know
They're
that?
showing face right now.
A viral video, disputed claims, and their full fallout remains to be seen.
disputed claims by one person that you called supposedly.
Well, CNN disputes it because how dare this little middle-class white boy go out there and point out some fraud of these sainted as Sean calls them, Bubba Angels. Because you're a monster. How dare you notice things? Stop noticing things.
Dozens of fraud cases that DOJ is touting began during the Biden administration back in 2022.
Was that the MAGA Biden administration? Because apparently MAGA has something to do with the fraud here.
Yeah, well, they notice things. The MAGA
Lady, you can't have it both ways. There can't both be fraud investigations that were done by the Biden Justice Department that shows that they were actually fighting this stuff, and this stuff not happening. You get that, right? I hate these people. And this is how the press is all covering it. Like, there's no real proof that anything's going on. By the way, Biden stopped some of it. What?
Then he forgot to stop it like all the way. So he's like, oh yeah, just keep doing what you're doing.
Office for Minnesota announced 47 indictments for this massive fraud scheme. Since then, they've indicted more than 30 more people, and in total, they have secured at least 56 convictions.
That's out of the 80 indictments, 56 convictions. And she's not sure that there's fraud going on down there. She's the reason blonde jokes are still funny.
Yeah, but I think what's worse is she's smart enough to know what she's doing. She's not this dumb. She's actively trying to help cover this up.
I got to be honest. I think she's this dumb.
That would be horrifying.
She's not a high enough up to have decided that this story needed done. This was assigned to her by somebody higher.
I don't know. Your pause game is convincing me she knows what she's doing.
Did I ever tell you my favorite blonde joke?
No.
It's a blonde lady driving down the street, and she looks over in a field, and there's a blonde woman in a rowboat just paddling away in this field. And she gets mad, and she pulls over, and she yells, "Hey, you are why blonde people have a bad name and people think we're stupid. And if I could swim, I would come out there and kick your ass." I love that fucking joke. Anyway.
Whitney Wild, CNN, Minneapolis.
The group
Wiki Wild.
I was thinking that.
Chat is back to talk about all of this right now. And Sarah, I want to go to you first. What do we know based on evidence about the alleged fraud in Minnesota and how...
I love that suddenly evidence is so important to them.
Evidence only matters when MAGA tries to point something out.
This is
and by
CNN.
MAGA, I mean anyone not a communist.
They help push the Nick Sandmann story.
Yep.
They pushed the Jussie Smollett story.
Oh yeah. Well, that was about MAGA country. This is about flavor country.
They said Kyle Rittenhouse shot 3 black men.
Yeah, aggressively.
This is CNN. Suddenly, the only evidence is really important. Okay, what real evidence is there?
I mean, is there a scientist involved?
I fucking hate these people.
He's not a journalist. He got more views than us. He did it wearing a hoodie. What? I hate this kid. I bet he farts roses too. Like, every one of these people looks like a smug douchebag.
Oh yeah.
And widespread it may be.
Well, I think a lot of people were very apt to believe Shirley's videos because we had indictments in 2022 when reporting first came out about this issue.
Oh, 2022,
Okay.
the Trump administration, right?
No, that's Biden.
Nope, Trump.
First of all, the reporting goes back to 2018.
Trump did it.
I don't believe this because of what happened in 2018, 2015, 2022. I believe it because what he showed makes no sense. A daycare having the name spelled wrong on it and no kids there and opening from 2 to 10, not being able to contact them by phone, none of that makes sense.
No, that all seems like perfectly legitimate business practices that every daycare would do, right?
Even if there had never been a single case of fraud in history, ever, none. Ponzi schemes don't exist. Nothing. Ocean's 11 never comes out because the idea of fraud is just something we don't believe in.
Oh,
and
man.
I saw this evidence, I would be like, we need a name for this because that's bad.
Yeah, this seems not normal and somewhat corrupt.
I mean, for fuck's sake. Oh, God. And my guess is, most people who saw Nick's video had no historical knowledge of the fraud there in Minnesota. That this was their first real introduction to it because the media really didn't cover it. Because Tim Walz was their boy. So her nonsense, people were apt to believe it because of this thing most of them have never heard of before.
Look, they were enamored by Tim Walz' hyper masculinity because that he was their answer to somebody like JD Vance because he could talk to men.
Everybody, I need you to be on the up and up. We're on the honor system here. How many of you knew about all of the daycare fraud in Minnesota before this Nick video blew up? Give me a 1 if you knew and a 2 if you didn't. All right.
It was David Fahrenthold, then at the Washington Post, who started to unravel all of these claims. The reason why I think Shirley's post has gone viral amongst some of the conservative community is because Minnesota is a politically convenient target, not just for the president, but for the party.
Minnesota is a politically convenient target. That's why it blew up. Yeah, see, that's what I'm looking at the numbers, and we have a fairly smart audience, and I'm not kissing y'all's ass. You guys pay attention to the news more than most people do. Yeah. And at least half of the people who answered had never heard of this.
Yeah, I admit I don't think I had heard of this. I mean, I don't remember covering this. Maybe we
neither.
One article, but I doubt we got anywhere near this because it initially sounds like a local issue.
I remember hearing something vaguely about fraud in Minnesota, but not this specifically.
No, and when you hear like healthcare fraud, which is quite honestly the bigger issue here, that's so rampant. If you had heard that there were some scammers in Minnesota ripping off Medicare and Medicaid, you'd be like, yeah, okay, that happens everywhere.
Yeah.
But on this level, no. And now you're finding out that it's in Massachusetts and Maine. I could have told you it was in Ohio because if you been like, hey, the Somalis are scammed. Yep, you got right there. Just stop scamming, murder, rape. Yep, I can believe that.
There's another, yeah, that's a good point. Devil's advocate. He says he learned about it because he listens to P-Dog. P-Dog lives in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
This is a more local issue to him.
Yeah. Oh, I don't doubt P-Dog knew about this.
Me living in Michigan, all this does is make me think how much of my money is being wasted down there in Dearborn.
You're also trying to figure out a way to give Minnesota and the Upper Peninsula back to Canada. So I know what you're doing.
I just, you know what? There we go. We'll move all the Somalis to the UP and give it to Canada.
See, I knew you were doing that. You're going to turn it into like the Mogadishu version of Escape from New York.
I hadn't thought of that till just now, but I'm fully on board.
Oh, well, I'm glad I saw into the future. Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. Do those convictions include the ones where the Somalis were convicted by a jury, but the judge overturned them and threw the case out? Shh, we don't talk about those anymore. No, they just didn't know. They didn't understand the cultural implications.
I hate to keep pointing this out, but I have not seen one of them yet where it was for, say, Medicaid fraud or child money fraud. It was PPP loan fraud. It was,
and you never will either.
Yeah. Biden had to crack down on that because they thought they could get a bunch of Republicans, and in fairness, they got a few with PPP fraudulent loans.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Obviously, the governor there, Tim Walz, was the running mate to Kamala Harris in the.
Which, you know what? If this had happened in, say, August of last year, then you could say it's resonating because it's a good political target. Tim Walz is running for re-election, but it's not a national issue. No. Saying that it's a convenient target now because he was the VP nominee that lost last November, not the one that just passed 14 months ago. That's nonsensical, you dumb bitch.
No, this is part of Trump's revenge against any who challenge his authority.
I hate CNN so much.
2024 election. Ilhan Omar has long been a foe of the president.
Did she just call her Ilhan?
Yes. She was gonna say Iliad, but that's a book, not a person.
And you noted up top that the ICE immigration raids on Somalis has been a priority for the president. So all of this collectively has made this.
That last part is the only reason that this is really blown up.
Yeah.
If they would have left Trump alone on that, Nick's video doesn't resonate with anybody because Somalia is not in the news. It fades away.
Yeah.
You guys do this so often trying to go after Trump. He says something and you guys just come out against it. Trump's an asshole. He said Puerto Rico's corrupt. And then you had to don't talk about all the corrupt politicians who had to quit.
Yeah. Well, look, your hate facts,
all of that aid we found in various different warehouses.
I just thought about this, but Ilian would make one. That sounds like one of those slang words, like Riz. It's Ilian around the house, yo.
Fair, you're not wrong. All right, I don't care about these guys anymore. You said you brought videos related to this, right?
Yeah. There's some in the side chat.
Let's take a Phoebe break while I bring those up.
Aww.
Isn't she adorable?
Yeah, she has that look of like, please pet me so I can eat you.
She is so funny. I've told you before that she has like people need to be in certain places at certain times.
Yeah, she's OCD cat.
So today I was upstairs and she comes up there and she's running around my feet, which she normally doesn't do. And she got treats for Christmas. She gets treats all the time, but
I'm sure
we're cat people and we spoil her. So she got special treats for Christmas. No. And Lady Monkey goes, she wants Christmas treats. So I got her some of those. And that's not what she wanted. I'm like, oh, maybe she wants up on my shoulder. So I put her up on my shoulder. That's not what she wanted. She wanted me to go downstairs.
You have to stream now.
She's like, you're not supposed to be upstairs right now, fat man.
That's how Monkey falls down the stairs. The cat shoves him.
Okay, I'm gonna do these in the order that you get. Oh, that is a fat bitch. Wow.
I always bring presents for you, Monkey. They're never good presents. I'm Temu Santa Claus for you.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. But this is how the video starts, and there's just like 4 chins on her jaw.
Yeah, she's got that like Amber Reed look to her. Like her Roman name would be Corpulus.
Man. All right.
So let's be honest about how we really got here. Our president decided he doesn't like the Somali community and he wants to destroy them.
Did he?
Yeah, he was like, we're going to war with Somalians or something. Destroy them all.
Speaker DeMuth and the GOP caucus sent a YouTuber out to create the narrative they want out there, not the truth.
Hey, lady, I don't know you, but I'll make you a deal. Let's make a bet on whether or not any of those places that Nick showed are fraudulent. If any of them turn out to be fraudulent, you have to eat like a normal person for a year. If none of them turn out to be fraudulent, I will switch to your diet.
Wow, dude.
I'm putting my heart on the line here.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of a death wish because this lady looks like she could put down a couple of Little Caesars pizzas as an appetizer. Also, she's got that weird thing that bothers me where the upper lip seems to cover her teeth an inordinate amount of time. Like her lips are big. Like she doesn't have lips per se, but she has these like flaps that cover her teeth.
She looks like she's had her front teeth pulled on top.
Yeah, I was wondering. They're there because you can kind of see them, but I'm wondering if she doesn't have dentures.
Might be, yeah.
So brush your teeth, kids.
That's the only way I ever see that look on people.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, but I was trying to be kind of nice because believe me, I'll be really mean to this lady.
Look, man, when you're gnawing on a bone, sometimes it chips a tooth.
Yeah, and then you eat the tooth because, calcium.
What they want you to believe. The child care system in Minnesota is very complicated.
Why?
Yeah, because fraud. The fraud has to happen, Monkey.
I feel like that should be a pretty cut and dry thing.
Nah, you gotta make it complicated enough for lots of fraud.
I guess.
Even for those of us who have worked in it for decades. So I can understand that it is easy to believe what you see on social media.
Nobody has yet shown anything about these places actually doing stuff.
What, they're supposed to do stuff for the money?
CNN did just show us one child showing up. Which, God bless them for trying. That was amazing. But nobody's actually shown proof. For all of their, we need proof. How about you prove that those kids are there? Prove that they're actually daycare centers.
Monkey,
oh, wait, you can't because somebody broke in and stole all the names of the kids who go there.
Yeah. They stole all the sign-in sheets, all the documentation about all the kids.
All worker
the toys
records.
are gone. Yeah.
And selective parts of the checkbook.
Yeah, just the parts that matter.
Because notice he didn't say checks were stolen.
Yeah, at first he said checkbook, then it was just parts of the checkbook. Like they just took the register out and, and left the checkbook. Young people won't get that reference, but have your parents explain it to you. And they made off with just the records. I mean, that is so fucking ludicrous. That they only stole paperwork that was related to nonsense that wouldn't matter to a thief.
Yeah.
Real quick. Thank you, Kamala's vaginal HPV tumor. regarding this large corporal manifestation, to quote Asmongold, 2% of the population cause all the problems. Yeah, the criminals.
Yep.
But unfortunately, we're seeing quite an inordinate amount of crime because people have ignored the social construct. There's no consequences for committing crimes anymore. There's no consequences for stealing, especially taxpayer money. They will do anything they can to find a reason to protect criminals. And this lady's trout mouth is freaking me out.
Is this Mrs. Potato Head? No, potatoes don't jiggle. Just saying.
Yeah.
But the truth is that Minnesota has guardrails in place to make defrauding the child care system extremely difficult.
Right. Monkey's got bridges for sale.
Tell that to the 80 indictments.
Right.
Minnesota does investigate suspected fraud in child care and hold people accountable.
You got guardrails. That what?
You know,
Is this stuff
guardrails don't
happening?
stop things.
Is this stuff happening or not? I need them to make up their mind.
It is not happening, then it is happening, but it's a good thing.
And they will continue to do so because fraud is never acceptable. But cutting off child care funding to everyone in the state is not the answer, and it's not acceptable.
You know what she does?
Misusing-
She's a daycare center director.
Of course. I picked that up from, I've been in this for years. I bet you have, you fat slob. No, shutting off all the money is the right thing to do. If you guys actually had the guardrails in place, it wouldn't be necessary. But right now, you are wasting my fucking money, lady.
Yeah. What actually concerns me quite a bit is that this fraud was so blatant and obvious that any amount of it interest in it would have red flagged. But it also tells me they're not doing inspections on these places.
Yeah.
So what kind of kid diddlers are getting hired at actual daycare centers because they're probably not doing background checks? Because stuff like this usually gets caught pretty quickly, but little stuff like background checks is a little more important. So if they're not doing the basics, they're not doing the more serious stuff. So I'm a little concerned for the safety of kids that are actually going to daycares that are unsupervised and not being inspected for safety, background checks, or a dozen other things that you could think of that are actually putting children at risk, real children, not these phantom undead children that go to these daycare facilities for vampires.
Decadia, thank you. Harmful Opinions went over one of the daycare websites. Literally everything was stolen. No, they're the original people and everybody else stole it from them.
Yeah,
Fat lady on TV just told me.
See, two things. First of all, it was redistributed. And also, it was promised to the Somalis 3,000 years ago because there's a lake that has a vaguely similar name to a word in the Somali language. We covered this already previously. Yes. Real quick, though. Thank you, Keldrick. Is this lady eating the children that go to daycare? Is that why she's so invested in this? No, she's just probably in on it, or she's really stupid and thinks everybody's racist.
For the record, the way that the scam is working, or at least has been purported to work, is the Somalian daycare, and this would work for her too. These daycare centers open, and they have people sign up who don't actually send their kids there. And then they get money for those kids, and they give a little bit back to the parents.
Yeah, they get kickbacks. And they have some of that on video of people getting envelopes of cash. So it's not like this is unknown.
But don't worry. They have guardrails in place. None that could support Tub of the Hut here. All right, next up is this one. Whoa, that's loud as shit.
Huh?
Let's adjust that some.
The volume may be inconsistent on something. Sorry.
Jesus
Should have
Christ.
warned you.
And their volume is not very well done. Okay.
This is
Oh.
the chief of police in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and he had come out and mentioned that yes, they've had fraud there, and then he had to do this.
The Somali community here in Minneapolis has been welcoming and has shown love towards me. And
I'm sorry, as an American, it bothers me that he started this with the Somali community welcomed me.
Yeah. I have a problem with a lot of the stuff this guy says, and it makes him look like he's on the take. And the mayor over there really concerns me.
I don't think he's on the take. I think that he got threatened, and we'll get to it.
I appreciate it. Over the last 3 years, we have been working together to try and address some of the real serious problems that we have in our community. We have to be honest at times with the problems that we're having in our community. And
This is the part that got him in trouble before, is just saying that if we're being honest, there are problems here.
Look at that side eye he's getting from that little dude.
He's like, this is still so fucking loud.
That dude in the middle has an awesome mustache, by the way. That is a cop mustache.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. It goes over too far.
No, that's a cop mustache. That is, he's got that Hightower look to him. I respect that.
At our community to help us.
I was gonna say it looks like Bubba Smith and not from his Hightower days. I was specifically thinking of when he did a guest star on Married with Children.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fix those problems together because it's real and it's serious. At the same
No, the fat lady just told me those problems aren't real.
No, the problem is MAGA influencers. So we're probably gonna have to arrest those people.
Even if they threatened him, they probably paid him too. No, you have to. His pay is through his job.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not convinced this guy isn't taking brown sandwich bags full of cash. I don't trust this guy.
If people have taken anything that I have said out of context in a way that's caused harm, I apologize.
If anybody has taken me pointing out that there is really bad stuff happening here, if that's caused harm to the people who are, doing the really bad stuff, my bad.
If it brought attention to criminals committing crime, I'm really sorry about that. You pussy.
It's just another one of, why do we do this with Islam? It's the same shit that happened with 9/11.
Yep.
These fucking goat fuckers kill a bunch of us, and we're like, hey, they're really good people. Be nice to them. Don't say anything bad. Here, hey, these guys are committing blatant fraud, but they're really good people. Don't blame them.
That's why Europe is up and
don't make them out to be the bad guys.
Yeah, and that mentality is why Europe is in flames all the time, and their crime rate is skyrocketed, and they're having a machete fights in the street. Apologetics to barbarians has never worked, ever. Ask the Romans. They didn't think it would blow up in their face either.
Dave, you think you're on Hassan's stream. Take your Jew hate over there, bro.
And I'm sorry for that because that's not my intention at all.
I love this part. I know our avatars covered a little bit. The guy who did the subtitles on this, he's just saying, I don't know what the fuck this bitch is saying. And that's how the rest of the video is, so we can stop there. And what is our final one here? Oh, dear God.
We should not have to translate into another language in
No.
our country.
Well, somebody pointed to the video of, let me get this real fast. Maybe not real fast. I apologize. Donation came through and my computer's like, but. Thank you, Keldrig, who says, I'm convinced he's been through a struggle session, or as the HR department likes to say, sensitivity training. Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's bullshit. This guy should, he's a cop. Granted, he's administration, so he's a useless cop, but he should know that if there's a crime, you call it a crime, like that sheriff in Florida who tells people to shoot bad guys.
Yeah.
He should not be like, oh, if my words hurt your fifis. No, you are part of the problem doing that shit. And I have no doubt he is hamstringing his guys so that they look the other way on crime so that they don't lose their jobs.
I saw a Asmongold video where the clip of Tim Walz talking about there's 50 languages spoken in Minnesota schools. And I remember we covered that when he first said it, and we pointed, the Tower of Babel.
Yeah.
And Asmongold brought that up, the Tower of Babel. I'm like, hey, you're only 2 years too late, homie.
Yeah, baby, he just saw that episode of our show. This is Sticks, X, and Hammer's True Dad, I think.
The whole idea of 50 languages being spoke in one state.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
The border states were having that problems in their schools because all these people were flooding in from all these countries and they can't get translators.
I hear you on that, right? But how do you even get 50 different languages being spoken?
Illegal entry.
I mean, I can see Spanish.
Yeah.
We have Mexico right at our border. I can see retard. We have Canada at our other border.
He speaks no Mexican.
I'm trying to think of how many other languages you actually need to have spoke in our states.
Well,
frankly, those two don't count either. It should all be English. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, but look at all the types of people that are flooding the border. You had people from Nigeria, Yugoslavia, Ukraine, Russia, China. They all speak. There's like 5 languages in China. In India, there's like 7 languages. So you end up with people that are from these patchwork countries that are basically a collective of warlords.
But they're coming here. They should be speaking English.
No, they're here for free shit, and we have told ourselves that we should hate our own language, our own culture, and that we're bad people.
Record, we're also robbing ourselves of making fun of how immigrants pronounce things.
Oh, we're not allowed to do that anymore.
Oh,
and
fuck
it's
that.
pronounced English. Thank you.
I said English just a minute ago.
Oh yeah.
We're robbing ourselves of that joy and the immigrants of their rightful turn at being made fun of for not being able to pronounce things.
Well, how are they supposed to integrate if they don't learn the language?
Yeah.
If there's you have to have some encouragement. And by encouragement, I mean we're not putting up with your nonsense. Talk our jive, bro. I like the cut of your jib, but you got to do it in English or it doesn't count.
Yeah.
So assimilation is more than just saying an oath. You have to actually integrate into society, and you're never going to integrate if you don't speak the language.
Yep. All right. I don't know what this is about, so let's see.
Listen here.
Oh shit! Now it's way too low. Fucking learn to. Anyway, GG Evans. Thank you. Don't forget. Weebanese for Jack, so 4 total. Fair enough.
White
the language of love too.
Listen here, white boy that's running around Minnesota going to the Somalian daycare centers and saying, "Oh, they're not open. They're taking money. They're closed on certain days."
I'm sorry. All I can think is there's a lot of meth in this picture.
There's one point where he's like, "Why are you coming here?" I'm like, he said something about coming to your. You'll get to it in a minute, but I was like, he's gonna bring you toothpaste, dude. This dude has really jacked up teeth.
He's got meth mouth.
Yeah.
All right.
It says the hours on the door, and you want to run around Minnesota saying that fucking the Somalian daycares ain't open?
You do know that people have been, jailed for fraud there, right?
No, he's cracked the code, Monkey. The guy just went when they're on the day they were closed. He's
NBC
figured it out.
NBC said he's British. Fuck.
I hadn't even considered that. That would explain his weird accent too.
Come fucking talk to me, white boy. You rich fucking mama trust fund baby.
Did he say trust found?
Yeah, he had to think about it too. Like, your mama's trust found baby. Like that was the best he could. He started a yo mama joke and couldn't finish it.
How come
on a recorded video?
How come these guys always do this shit with, like, Nick is a tiny little guy. Come to my house. Why don't you ever say that to, like, the Hodge twins, fucker?
Because they would beat the shit out of this dude. You know he's stringy. Look at him.
This
dude is a scrawny guy. He's probably about 5'8", and probably couldn't beat himself up.
All you need to beat this guy up is an electric toothbrush.
I suspect that middle schoolers chase this guy with sticks.
I suspect this guy's not allowed around kids.
Yeah, that's why they're chasing him with sticks. Get away from here, pervert.
And no, I'm not even talking about pervert. This is a guy who has beat some children retarded.
He mugs kids for their lunch money.
That's what that is. That's a trust fund baby right there. All he does, he's so rich and that he gets his daddy and mommy's money that, I'm going to go make some other people's life hell because I'm a racist white boy.
I see the straw man factory is open for business.
It is indeed.
Like, okay, let's assume he is a trust fund baby, which we have no evidence of. What does that have to do with anything?
Nothing. It has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, it's not related. He's not like Hassan, who's a trust fund baby or a Nepo baby, who had everything handed to him and is claiming he's a communist. You know, he's not a hypocrite. He's not. This has nothing to do with that kid's background.
You know what? Do me a favor, white boy. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. The white boy that's walking in places he shouldn't be.
In public?
Yeah, publicly accessible buildings. The sidewalk. Wow. And I don't get his emphasis on white boy. Dude, you look like you're very, very white.
Well, see, I'm going to let you in on a secret that liberals don't understand. They think if they say white boy, that black people watching will be like, he's a real one. He's a real one. And in fact, what they're actually thinking is, what the fuck is this cracker talking about?
They're probably thinking, like, is this the guy we chased off our porch last week?
Oh my God, I was playing a game with Satsu earlier and we were online playing and there were other people with us. And Satsu made a joke about black people time. And you could hear a pin drop. And I had to tell everybody, it's okay to laugh. He's black. He can make that joke.
I mean, yeah, that's about the only way you can make that joke these days. Did you see Jeremy Hambley at AmFest? The interviews he did? Okay, so they set up a booth at AmFest and they had some guests on, and I think it was the third day. There was a black dude as one of their guests, and he made a black people time reference.
Oh,
and I was like, that is really inappropriate. I mean, it was one of the most unprofessional things I've seen in a long time.
Bold Sign says white people trying to act hood is what this moron is trying. It's not exactly. It's kind of, but not exactly. You guys won't get it, but imagine hearing super European looking black people complain about racism is hilarious as a darker person. Whoops, I said dark person. My bad.
He's melanin enhanced. No, I think British people sound like the most disingenuous when they cry racism. British black people, it's hard to take you seriously when you're like, they're racist.
No.
With that accent? No, they're not. Shut up.
For me, it's the 3 Canadians who did the Black Lives Matter thing.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them.
Yeah, there's 3 black Canadians and they got together and like, "Well, they're racist against us." Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, back to Meth Mouth.
This guy looks like the kind of guy that would come to your door and ask you for money. Like, I'll pay you back on Tuesday. I bet if he probably lives in a sketchy neighborhood and everybody locks their door as he goes down the street. He's walking and you hear click, 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 like just 5 steps ahead of him. Because people are like, oh my God, Tommy's coming around, lock the doors. He's going to ask us for money.
I just want to parents, if you have kids out there and you want them to do something, take a screenshot right now and tell them if they don't do it, this guy's coming for them.
Yeah, he's like Krampus.
Like people that look like Brittany Venti. I love when Brittany plays the black card. It makes me laugh every time.
It is funny. Yeah, I'm confused by her.
I still think she looks like she stinks.
I'd probably still bang her. I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm very confused by her.
Brittany, if you ever hear this, I'm sure you're a nice person and everything, but some people just look like this guy on screen. He looks like he stinks. I don't think you look like that. It just like maybe wiping was never your strong suit.
Jesus, Smokey.
I'm trying to make it better.
No, you're not. You're digging deeper, man. You're like heading right for China.
If it helps, I mean front wiping.
Oh my God, that is slightly better.
That's
but,
a little better.
Barely. I don't think she looks like she smells, but she can be really funny. Did you see her?
Oh, I think she's funny as shit. But
did you see that thing where she's like joining the Hyborians that she's been doing lately?
No,
it's really funny. She's got like a white wig, so she looks kind of like Daenerys from Game of Thrones, and she's like, I joined the Hyborians.
I saw a video pop up with her with the wig on, and I didn't watch it. I did watch her one she did on Pokimane the other day.
Oh, that was funny too. I don't.
That's
like Pokimane.
That's what I watch Brittany for. Her shitting on women on the internet.
Yeah.
That
cattiness level. She's really good at it.
All right, back to Methy.
Passing, fucking going to daycare centers that are closed for the day, literally closed for the day.
They weren't closed for the day. They were supposedly not open yet. Can you at least follow the story, homie? By the way, they were closed for several weeks, according to the government.
No, it was just they were closed that day when he came around.
I wish they'd just pick a story.
And they'll open up the next day?
You would think.
Wait, I can't take illogical cattiness, which is what she does. Illogical cattiness, you have to understand. You got to watch it for humor, not for anything logical, bro.
Yeah, she's a woman, so logical cattiness is kind of their thing.
Yeah, watch it. Don't look for logic in it. Just watch for the cattiness.
Yeah, she's pretty funny, I think, but it's not for everybody.
I do think she meanders a bit sometimes.
Yeah, but I think she kind of needs an editor, like somebody that can like, all right, you need to trim this down by a few seconds.
Yeah,
but other than that, she does fine. But can you see why I thought this guy was Styx's real dad?
Kind of. He actually looks like several people I know, so maybe that's why I'm not seeing the Styx as much in it.
Put a tricorner hat on him, and you might see it. I don't know.
See, his face also isn't as long as it looks here. He's got that ratty ass beard, thinking he's cool.
Yeah, that's just a lack of trimming. Yeah, don't do that.
Gentlemen, I know that they told you wear a beard, it makes you manly and women will want you. But if your beard looks like this, cut the shit off. You look homeless.
Yeah, that's a hobo beard. Like you could wring soup out of that thing. But yeah, guys, not every beard style works on every face. Find which one works for you.
I know there's probably somebody in the audience who looks like this. Like, my wife likes this. Trim it down and she'll be like, oh my God, you look so nice. I promise you. Anyway, He looks like iDubbbz 6 months into a meth bender.
Oh my God, it's future iDubbbz.
No, he really does look like people I know.
Yeah, I know a couple people that kind of look like this too, but I'm just saying. I saw it. I thought it was Styx Hexenhammer at first.
Monk, you, for example, do logical cattiness. That's fine. I appreciate that.
I have a beard to cover one of my chins.
That's fair enough.
Hours these people are open. But oh no. The Somalian community is stealing. No, the fuck they're not. The business just wasn't open. The daycare center wasn't open. Listen here, rich YouTuber.
Rich YouTuber.
Yeah, he was gonna say white boy again, but he caught
Yeah.
himself. That
Do me a
rich
favor.
YouTuber,
Shut
dude.
your fucking pie hole and leave Minnesota. Or come face me.
I choose option B. Can I do it?
Right. I was like, dude, I'll fight this guy.
Fuck yeah.
I'm old and fat. I can take this dude.
I'm old, fat, and crippled. I'd whip his ass.
Right? Like you're challenging a 23-year-old. He's in the prime of his life and in decent shape. I mean, he didn't look like he's all fat and slovenly. So, are you really wanting to make that challenge, guy? Because you look like you're like 50. So
I just
don't
love
think you
that.
want
Like,
to do that.
come face me, bro. Look at you.
But to be fair, probably not going to knock the meth pipe out of his mouth, hypothetically, and or whatever. But yeah, like, dude, this guy, a strong breeze probably knocks this guy over. He looks super scrawny.
For the record, I've decided my New Year's resolution. I don't normally make them, but I'm gonna get a little bit healthier. I'm eating better, and I'm gonna get under 200 pounds for the first time since I was in high school, Jack.
Wow, I'd like to get under 200 pounds.
Well,
Feel like I was in middle school.
when I was in high school, I was 200 pounds, but I was muscle. I am not anymore.
As a lifelong fatty, I find your attitude detestable, and I'm going to eat some Doritos for you.
In the last 4 days, I've lost 3.5 pounds.
Wow.
All I did was start eating a little less.
Yeah. Yeah. That reminds me of something. But real quick, thank you, Keldrick. I had a boss in my first job that looked exactly like this guy. Ooh,
Bro.
man, looks like if he ate a single burger, his arteries would explode from an overdose of cholesterol. Yeah, probably too much food too. He's not used to it.
For the record, guys, I got 6 pounds to get down to 200. So,
Oh, that's achievable. Yeah, you could easily do that.
yeah. All right, back to douchebag here. Come face me. Fuck off.
I'm calling you out on all of your fucking lies, white boy. I don't know what your name is. I don't care what your name is. But I'm pretty sure he's been on every network here in Minnesota because he's a liar. He's
been on all of them because he's a liar.
Yes, they only have liars on the news.
Well,
That-
technically, yeah.
I mean, that might be the most truthful thing he said here. Also, those
6
look like googly eyes if you look at it right.
6 pounds, that's it. I've told you, for the last probably decade, Jack, I have been between 205 and 215 consistently.
Wow.
No matter what I eat, no
Yeah.
matter what I do, and I'm making an effort now. And I want to hit 200 first, and then from there, I'll make myself another goal. And I'm not going to get skinny, Jack, because it's not possible. Food tastes too good. But I'm going to
food is
get
delicious.
I'm going to get under 200. That's my first goal. At 6
oh.
foot, I'm supposed to be like 170. I need to lose like 40 pounds.
I need to lose a lot more than that. Thank you, Unit. Here's a cheeseburger, fatty. Oh, thank you, Unit. I am going to eat a burger then. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I would like to get closer to my ideal weight. But
Bro.
Food's really good. I'm tired all the
I ate the little Kit Kat bars. They're maybe 3 inches long, not full size ones.
Yeah.
And there's 2 sticks. I ate 6 of those and lost a pound.
I hate you a little bit right now.
My wife is so mad at me.
I imagine.
She's been working her ass off. She's lost over 50 pounds, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for Lady Monkey.
And she looks so good.
And then
yeah,
you're like, I gotta keep up or she's gonna dump me.
I'm just like, I'm gonna lose a little bit of weight and lost. Yeah. And she's like, I don't like you. Like, it's not my fault.
Lying. And then when people go to confront him, he runs, he hides.
CNN had a camera in his face and there were a whole bunch of people around him.
And he ran and hid. You saw it right there on this guy's brain box.
White boy, come see me, bitch, because I'm done with your lying ass.
I wish I was younger and people would make these threats to me.
I know.
I'd like to fight.
We missed out on a lot of the cool internet stuff because it didn't come around until we were too old for it to be awesome.
Careful, Monk. I've heard wives leave if they lose too much weight. Some do. Some absolutely do. Trust me, I had a family member who lost a wife to her losing weight. Stupid hoe started cheating.
That's messed up.
Yeah. I hate that bitch and I hope bad things happen to her.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's gonna wrap this one up, Jack. We're at the 2 hour and 10 minute mark.
Oh yeah. This episode went by very quickly. We covered a lot of ground.
They gave us a lot to work with tonight, and this story is going to keep giving us a lot to work with because the truth is that the mainstream media, the legacy media, they have a vested interest in trying to make Trump look bad, and that's what this all is. It's what it all is, because he said we're going to get rid of illegal Somalis, and they're like, "How dare you?" And he does this to them.
Well, I mean,
time after time after time. When are you guys going to stop falling for it?
They're not going to, because they're a bunch of reactionaries with emotional problems. It's shocking how easy it is to upset them because they're upset by everything. And they hate him with such a visceral, unadulterated madness that they can't control anything except go crazy when he talks. It's almost impressive how he has that like carnival barker mentality, and it somehow translates into driving people into a spurgy frenzy. I might be a superpower of some kind. I don't know.
You would think they would learn, you know?
No, maybe.
Find something that you can actually go after him for, not, hey, he's getting rid of illegals.
But they're so sainted, Monkey. They're beautiful.
Anyway, guys, thanks for coming out and joining us. I hope you guys had a great holiday season. I hope you had a good night last night and didn't party too hard, but had some fun. Thank you for being here for so many years. And no matter what time I show up, you guys come. And, well, it's my voice that makes you come.
Ew.
What? I got
Nothing.
a sexy voice. I'm just saying. Anyway, guys, thank you for the donation. You guys are so very kind to us. We really, really do appreciate it. Jack, anything on the show?
Yeah, I had a couple videos come out, so I'm gonna drop links to those. So yeah, go check those out. And you guys are awesome. I don't know if we tell you that enough or not, but thank you for all the tips you give us. It is very generous. It's always appreciated, and we never want to take that for granted. Also, it's good to have you back, Monk.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I just looked over at Phoebe's floofy belly, and now I'm going to go in there and fuck with my cat.
Yeah, she has that like rub my belly. Ha 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 ha. It won't backfire at all.
It's so inviting.
It is, because I mean it's like a glove, you know. It looks like I want to, you know, play with the lining there. And then she beats the shit out of you and gnaws on your hand.
It is the softest little belly you ever felt.
Of course it is. That's why it's inviting. She's like, take care of it just for you. Bite, bite, scratch.
When I cradle her like a baby, she lets me pet her belly.
Oh.
And I was showing my wife and son that they could pet it too, and both of them, you can't scratch her belly. You have to gently pet it, and both of them went in for the tummy scratch and got fucked up.
Oh yeah. Well, it's you get kind of, it's like hypnosis of some kind. Like they lure you in like a Venus flytrap kind of thing. Like, yeah, my belly's wide open. Come pet it.
Guys, thanks for joining us, Jack. A pleasure as always, my friend.
Always glad to be here.
Take care of yourselves. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow around 9ish. I'm not promising 9, but around 9ish. See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye.
It's a new year. I don't want to sing anymore. I don't want to sing anymore. I don't want to sing anymore. I hate what I've done to myself with this shit. I hate it. Goodbye.